Imagine a patent clerk scribbling theories that would one day light up the cosmos, from the obscurity of the Swiss patent office to shaking the world's brainwaves with his miracle year. He didn't just pen a theory, he bent time and space. Hold on to your neurons, because this wild ride catapults from unraveling the universe to the heart-pounding, ethical tightrope walk of the Manhattan Project and the atomic bomb. And just when you thought you knew him, we're diving into his soul-stirring humanitarian exploits and legacy. This is Albert Einstein, and this is his gravity-defying hair. I'm Eric, and you're on Curiosity Corner. We're jumping right into the fray with a young Albert Einstein. Picture a boy, a bit aloof, undoubtedly brilliant, with a head teeming with numbers, equations, and a peculiar aversion to socks. Born into a Jewish family in Ulm, in the Kingdom of Württemberg in the German Empire, little Albert showed early signs of the genius he was to become. While it's tempting to think of Einstein as the quintessential loner, the truth is far from it. He was an engaged conversationalist, always ready for a good chat, debunking the myth of the silent genius. And about those math grades, stellar, contrary to popular tales of academic struggle. Fast forward to a young adult Einstein. You'd find him not in a grandiose lab filled with cutting-edge equipment, but in a rather mundane setting of the Swiss patent office. Here, amidst the stacks of documents and patent applications, Einstein had the mental space to experiment with and crystallize his revolutionary ideas. So, how does a patent clerk end up altering the course of physics? What happens when an unassuming office job becomes the vessel for scientific breakthroughs? Stay with us as the pages of a seemingly ordinary life begin to turn, revealing the extraordinary journey ahead. 1905, a year not particularly noteworthy in history for the layperson, yet in the hallowed halls of science it echoes with reverence. Why, you ask? Well, dear viewer, this was Einstein's Annus Mirabilis, or Miracle Year if you're not into the whole Latin vibe. In a few months, our patent clerk churned out not one, not two, but 4 papers that would serve as cornerstones for modern physics. These weren't your run-of-the-mill scientific musings, mind you. These were groundbreaking revelations about our universe, casually dropped like one might drop a daily gossip. One of these papers introduced the world to the famous equation E equals mc squared. It's short, it's sweet, and unless you've been living under a proverbial rock, you've seen it before. But do you grasp its monumental significance? Allow me to enlighten you. It explains the relationship between energy and mass, laying the groundwork for understanding atomic energy. But wait, I hear you ponder. How does a man go from evaluating patents to elucidating the mysteries of the universe? It's a riveting tale of persistence, brilliance, and perhaps a dash of serendipity. So don't drift away just yet. The best is yet to unfold. Now, let's address the behemoth in the room, the general theory of relativity. Yes, it sounds intimidating. Yes, it is as complex as ordering coffee at a hipster cafe. But don't fret, we're not diving deep into the mathematical jungle. We're here for the story, the narrative nectar. In 1915, Einstein presented this theory that would not only bend space and time, but also the minds of anyone daring enough to understand it. In layman's terms, which I assume most of us dearly appreciate, it describes gravity not as a force, but as a curvature in the fabric of space-time caused by mass. Are you still with me? Picture space as a trampoline, and the planets as bowling balls. When a ball sits on the trampoline, it creates a dip, a curvature. This, dear friends, is a rough visualization of how gravity works in Einstein's mind. Ingenious, right? Well, of course it is. After all, we're talking about Albert Einstein here, not your cousin Larry. So are you ready for a mental gymnastics routine as we attempt to grasp the theory of relativity? You might want to stretch first. We wouldn't want you to pull a neuro.
Ouch!
Right. Before we plunge into mental gymnastics, which will not bend your understanding of reality as much as it could your subscription status, take a moment, hit that subscribe button, and secure a front row seat. Einstein would have done it. It's the smart choice after all. And hang tight, because next we explore Einstein's paradoxical relationship with the most destructive force known to humankind. Grab your historical hats, folks. We're delving into the Manhattan Project, the initiative that introduced the world to the atomic age with undeniable and unforgettable potency. Many attribute the inception of the nuclear bomb to Einstein, but let's fine-tune the narrative, shall we? Einstein did write to President Roosevelt, suggesting the US should accelerate its atomic research, prompted by fears of Nazi Germany developing atomic weaponry first. He wasn't enthusiastically advocating for mass destruction, but pushing against a looming threat, a dangerous possibility on the horizon. When the atomic bombs eventually fell on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the world, including Einstein, watched in horror. For a man deeply committed with peace, the catastrophic loss of life and the unleashing of his theory's destructive potential were difficult to bear. It's like seeing your intellectual child go rogue, and there is an inevitable heartbreak in that. Speaking of powerful impacts, why don't you just hit the like button? It doesn't require splitting atoms. Just a simple click could spark a chain reaction in YouTube cyberspace. But regarding the nuclear explosions, how did Einstein reconcile with this? You might wonder. The unfolding of the atomic age indeed cast long, intricate shadows over his legacy. But hold on to your horses, or rather your atoms, as we navigate through these shadows in the sections to come. Einstein's story is far from over, and the nuances are many, so stick around. Now, let's gently pivot away from the ominous gloom of atomic warfare to shine a light on Einstein's humanitarian efforts. For the aficionados expecting only science here, surprise, Einstein had a heart as large as his intellect, and his journey through activism is as compelling as a gravitational field, certainly powerful and irresistibly engaging. As we meander through this side of his life, it is refreshing to know that Einstein was a determined supporter of civil rights. He shared a delightful friendship with the legendary activist and scholar W.E.B. Du Bois. He even corresponded with Mahatma Gandhi. It's like finding out your favorite superhero also bakes and adopts stray kittens, isn't it? With his trademark wild hair and expressive eyes, Einstein was not only concerned with the mysteries of the universe, but also deeply invested in the well-being of humanity. And it wasn't just for show. The man walked the talk. Did he succeed in all his endeavors? Well, he was a genius, not a magician. Now, with your curiosity piqued, are you ready to delve further into the multifaceted life of Einstein, the activist, the humanitarian, the man? Next, we'll explore his twilight years and enduring legacy, so don't even think about clicking away. The finale promises to be as engaging as the prelude. As we enter the twilight of Einstein's saga, his hair never tamer and his sparkle never dimmer. Let's acknowledge that he lived his later years with the same vigor and quirkiness we've come to admire. He wasn't just sitting around, reminiscing about the good old days of the Annus Mirabilis. The man was still creating, still influencing. In the grand tapestry of his life, the final threads weave a tale of a man dedicated to his principles, ever hungry, ever searching for the light of understanding, even in the face of death. When offered surgery that could save or at least prolong his life, Einstein refused, stating, "I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially." Bang! Straightforward and unapologetic to the end, wouldn't you agree? So what now? You might muse silently or aloud, I'm not there to judge. Well, the curtains may have closed, but Einstein's show never truly ends. As he left the stage, the legacy of Einstein is not merely found in textbooks, heard in lectures, or inscribed in Nobel Prize history. It is alive in every questioning mind, in every moment of revelation, in the subtle, intricate beauty of the universe, revealing itself to those daring to look, to ponder. As we step away, leaving behind the echoes of a violin, gently serenading the mysteries of the universe, we carry with us the invincible spirit of inquiry, the never-ceasing curiosity, and the relentless pursuit of truth that defined the life of Albert Einstein. If you survived until now, you're relatively awesome. Before you bolt like a particle, drop a historic like and smash the subscribe with atomic energy. And if you enjoyed our time together painting Einstein's life, you would love this video I selected for you. Until we paint again, keep seeking knowledge and, as always, stay curious, my friends.